Hello YouTube, CGL's New Jersey Collectibles here, and after a pretty successful Saturday selling at the flea market, I decided to take a trip to the, what's it called, the Garden State Comic Book Festival. I'm in Morristown at the Menace Sports Arena, and I could just tell just by the amount of cars in the parking lot, it's a big crowd. So I have been in this building a couple times. I know it is pretty large. I think we're going to be walking on an ice rink or something. But really looking forward to today. I would say that this is maybe my biggest quote-unquote comic book convention as a comic book enthusiast. So I have been to New York Comic Con before, but times that I've gone, I haven't really been a comic book buyer. I was more of a toy / other collectibles kind of buyer, and I still am, obviously. So I have that knowledge in the back of my head, but I'm also looking for comic books and just trying to look for anything that I find attractive or anything that looks like it's an appealing price. Just things that I like, you know. People want to know, like, what is it that you're buying exactly? What's your buying strategy? And your guess is as good as mine. I don't really have one other than I like to buy things that I find attractive at prices that I find attractive. So if I really like something and I really want it, I'm gonna try to, that's my first thing, is do I really want it? The second thing is, can I afford it? And by afford it, I mean, am I overpaying? Am I paying what it's at, or can I get it at a deal? And really what I really like to do is get things at deals. Sometimes, on occasion, on a nicer item, I'll pay more closer to what it's worth just so I can have the item, because to me the item sometimes can be more valuable than having the cash. But a lot of the times, if I see something that I know is worth $100, I'm not going to pay $100 for it. I'm not going to pay $90 for it. I really want to try to get it for less than that. And whether I buy it to resell it or buy it to keep it doesn't really matter. I just don't want to pay what it's actually worth. So it's kind of hard at conventions sometimes to do that, because obviously sellers are much more educated than at flea markets or yard sales. But I still managed to find pretty good deals, in my opinion. I think I do a pretty good job of that. So we're gonna go in today, and I'm going solo. I got no dad today, so the comic book convention is all me. So I'm excited, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you inside.
I'll show you.
I really love these. I never have. I don't eat breakfast. Walk away. Get rid of them. They had there last night.
So my only yeah, Alex is the artist. In fact, all the credits you see up here. No, I'm the writer on the. I think. But it could be some other. Oh, really?
I gotta, what, the DC one? Yeah. I gotta set it up, I'm working on it. So what?
How big is that set? Oh, really? Oh, now we can go.
They did this. They did.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
No way. Yeah. This is the slow part. This is where they build back. What they shot. Love that.
This one, I might want. Oh, there's more.
We'll
Oh my God, it is good. Racing Raisin. And the girl that plays Missing Anna, I so love her as
Oh, a couple of us here.
Eddie Pages.
Yeah, I know.
Check his ass.
You need a bag? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, thank you.
I don't know. You'd have to ask your.
Now it's
How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
We're good.
Already.
Let me know if there's anything you're looking for.
Because
Sure thing. Just browsing right
you
now.
would hide in his office and you wouldn't talk to.
So guys, I'll just make this a point right now at the beginning of the video so nobody gets confused. This is a big thing when you go to comic book conventions is there's really great stuff, guys, but the prices are so high that it prices me out. And you know what? As much as I'd like to own some of this stuff, I'm not trying to put I'm not trying to put complete runs together or anything like that. So some of these prices are just pricing me out of the buy at a discount deal. So I have to pass on a lot of these books.
My cousin
So that layout crew had no supervision, and they just laid out a whole show and turned it in, and without any supervision at all. And having Eddie as a supervisor is almost like having no supervision. But they turned in the craziest shit. We went and sat. John and I went into the editorial room and projected this episode that at the end of, and Jenny Trias, who was the head of animated children's programming at ABC, was sitting in the room and projected this. And at the end of the cartoon, Beanie sings his and while he's singing it, Beanie floats up in a wooden tub, and she squeezes him, snorts him up his nose, and then goes and spits out his clothes.
Wow.
And Jenny went, ah! And John and I ran out of the room and went and hid in his office and locked the door. But anyways, so I knew him from doing that to 92, which was the last time I saw him.
Well, Gabe worked for him. I think he was working for him by the late 90s, and like when all the grooming stuff came out, Gabe was one of the people who went on the record.
I wasn't around for any of that.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
But I mean, I was very proud of Gabe for speaking up about that.
He did speak up about it at the time?
Well, not at the time. I mean, he was like, and I feel bad that I didn't speak up at the time, but now I can. So, this was a few years ago when all the new stuff was really started. So, he did what he could. But,
well, I think a lot of people who were loyal to John
How many uncles buy your presents? Just want you to know that.
Good. How you guys? I'll come back. Okay. For the silver shirt, the logo silver shirt, right?
I'm interested.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I might
Not this.
think of. Although there's
logo
two of
right
them.
there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm getting confused.
And also,
Yeah, whatever.
she was showing me like some of the other Space Madness ones because that's the one I got from you.
I have some room to move on. I have some room. So.
Were you at East Coast? Yeah, I think that's where I had gotten that one. It was the Space Madness, I think, with ice cream cart.
Yeah, the 6.
I'm good. So I saw your puppet setup. It's nice.
I'm just condensing.
I just went through the
Nah. Yeah. Pay enough attention, that wouldn't happen.
You want to ask a question?
They're dice. So people use these to play like Dungeons and Dragons, or like any kind of tabletop role-playing game. Oh man, it's a pretty cool game. You can play with your friends, and you kind of like make up a story with your friends as you're going, and you play as a character, and then you roll dice to figure out what happens.
It's a really fun game. It's actually a really big game in the world.
Yeah.
So,
It's not gonna happen to you again, ever.
No.
Thank God. You know, it's a hard way to learn, you know, your things in business. So sorry that.
We'll see if they actually do anything about it.
The guys on
Yeah.
here are anywhere between $9
You should follow up a lot, like,
depending on
you
what
know,
type
be
they are.
consistent.
Because like getting the ones that have like glitter and stuff in them are a little more. But then your basic sets down here are just like the $9 ones. Thank you. You're welcome.
They're not in any order at this point. People pick them up and put them back all over the place. Reading this. Cousin's book.
No, this is a butt,
Oh, thank you.
At the book sale.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get some nice books. Oh, this is football. Yeah, I picked a book when you told me this is some Yes, those are world finals, yes. But I'll pick something that they have to look good, they don't look good. Unless I know that's a serious.
That's a cool backpack.
Just gotta get to get more read. Where's the phone? I'll be right here.
Anything you want to see, just let me know.
You got it, man. Can I see that Spider-Man with the number 2?
For 125.
X-Men 9. This was something as yesterday, you said, right?
Nothing moved into those.
Nothing was moved into that.
You can try.
No. Let's see the werewolf.
picking that up. I see Nick in there. So
94 Denver? Really?
Yeah, this is actually.
I've owned the shop for about 5 years. The original owner owned it, had been running Bob's Collectibles since 1980. Yeah, I bought Bob's.
I used to go up 94 all the time. Like, you come across the 15 up 94.
Yeah, he was ready to retire. He was just going to close the doors and walk away about 6 years ago.
Really?
And it took me a little bit to figure out the financing of it because that guy was not a record keeper. And his back rooms were a nightmare. Yeah, he was a collector that...
He was a hoarder.
Yep.
There was times when he was going back there, and I was like, don't like not text me for too long when you go in that back room, because it was long boxes piled over your head. I was like, it's not falling down.
So, not including this, which we had agreed on a price of 150.
Yeah, that's right.
This is your face value.
Okay.
We usually have a little bit of room to work.
150 to $1,000.
Yeah. We'll deal.
I usually only buy graded, but if something is, you know,
Nice, yeah. Okay.
that's why I put my eyes.
Yep, that makes sense.
Look, I'm not gonna make any money with money because it's for the first woman first appearance.
I know there's a lot in here, right?
Buying everything else to take. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy here.
Kind of.
What's good, Chris? I know who
What's
it is.
up?
You know who it is?
I have no idea.
It's Ryan.
Ryan, oh, what's up? What's going on?
How you doing?
How's it going?
The alien show. I was like, oh, I know.
Awesome,
That was
awesome.
good.
How you guys enjoying the show?
Yeah, doing well.
Good. Is your dad here?
No.
No, he's not here.
What do you want?
Have fun. Yeah, have fun.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's okay.
Get out of here.
There's a couple of these. They're all different tastes.
Quite to hunt down Nathan to bring him to you.
He walked over and then he looked at me. He's like, I know you.
Here we go.
Yeah, he called it.
Now I just have the cops walking around me all day. Now the cops are just walking around me all day. Oh, great, so scaring away the real customers.
They better put it up.
412.
They wouldn't, as I said, they
Yeah, I
wouldn't
know.
show me the video or the...
He might recognize him. He might have recognized him. Show him the video.
You've done that to me before, so I can't do that.
How much for the video?
Running it.
40 or the 45?
About where we entered.
Yes. That's the 45 now.
Take 40 for it then? Just these two.
37.
Oh yeah. Sorry, just eavesdropping. Sorry.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You don't have any of the double master connections.
We are sold out.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's also
30, 35,
Oh no.
37.
If I can't.
Well, that's
38. Thank you.
helped him out a little bit?
Say hello to Walt.
Oh.
That's correct.
Look, doors. Huh? The door.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. So you look at the comics if you want.
Yeah, it's not too much. I still do everything by page.
We're gonna walk around before we buy anything. We'll make sure that we walk all the way around. Okay?
So the Spider-Man comics are here.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, that box.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, some of this.
Oh, I do love the Spider-Man.
Baker inside.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get a chance to go through the inside of the book. It was labeled that it had Baker, so
I'm just putting a face in the way. This is same thing.
yeah, some of them are.
That's the D stuff.
Where it came from. Because several guys, like, I'm doing a show that, and they're not doing it.
Right.
So, several different guys gave me books to bring, and I was like, okay, let me put this, I'll read books. This is not mine. She said, first thing I thought was could be made up, but no, we can make it up for the sake of this. Yeah, both Devon's good at yeah. They only did 20 copies. This is right.
Yes, it did.
The biggest volume was from $8 boxes and $3 for $10 boxes. Very little item. Sold.
I bought it.
Well, some of it he didn't have. Some of it.
Oh, okay, good.
Way to make up for what he lost.
Yeah, that was a hard. Well,
Well, and Dave,
I really do.
Still till 9.
Dave and me, like Justice League. So I'm sitting at Dave's table with this guy. Looking at stuff, this and that. Like a couple of stuff, like bullshit. And like, one or two books. And I was like, oh, what's that one over there? And Dave was like, that. I follow Dave on it. And, you know, after a couple minutes, okay, thanks so much. You know, he leaves. And Dave says, oh, go through, figuring maybe you got to back big hole. Yeah, right. And just, you know, my ass was not suspecting he was an asshole. And he wasn't he oh, he never came back. Until he warned every other organizer I knew, of course.
Hey guys, just a question. I was wondering if you can come down to 30 on that.
Yeah, why not? It's not my fault.
And I also pulled these out of the boxes over there. Yeah. Those are him? Okay.
You only got 2?
Yeah, those are the $3 each.
Right, so
ones.
give me $5 on that, and then 30.
And 35? Okay. There's 20. $35.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That book over there is...
These I got from another guy.
Oh, yeah. No.
I got no bag. All right, guys, so I'm back after a trip to Morristown, New Jersey for the New Jersey Comic Con. Just want to put it out there that it was an amazing show. I wish I could have been there on Saturday. I would have gone 2 days in a row. Unfortunately, Saturday I was at the flea market, and Sunday I was able to get there. There was a pretty dramatic event that happened at the show. I believe it happened on Saturday, although I'm not sure. But there's pictures circulating all over social media that I believe it's a mother and son duo ended up stealing one of the vendors' cash boxes, and they have the whole thing on video and everything like that. So that's pretty crazy that somebody would do something like that, although in this day and age it doesn't surprise me. At the end of the day, I think I made some really good purchases, and I do have 2 of these comics that I wish I didn't buy, but overall it was pretty good. And so let me get into it. There's not a lot to go through. I'll start off with these first. So this is one of the comics I wish I didn't get because I didn't realize the bottom damage wear that's going on down here. I think I paid $3 for this, or it was like 2 for $5 or something like that. I just didn't know that this was here. I picked it up and kind of held it, I think, like this, and I didn't notice the bottom wear down there. So that's okay, but it's still a nice size hot stuff. And with it, I got the Underdog, which I really like, Gold Key Underdog. And in addition, here's one of my nicer books that I got. I forgot how much I paid. Did I pay? I think I paid $30 for this. X-Men 112, awesome Magneto Wolverine cover. Really cool. I mean, this obviously it shows you what I did today. This book kind of says it all. So just so you guys can see, there is a little bit of like staining like right up there. That's pretty much it. There's not like chipping or anything on the book. It is really nice. I did take it out. It's all there. It's really nice shape. Guy had it marked at $40. and just asked him if he would take 30 for it, and he said yeah. He said it's not even my book, so yeah, I'll take the $30 for it. So that's awesome. Yeah, for me right now, so I have had a couple people ask me like what they think is good right now, like what should I be buying or anything like that, and I'm not sophisticated enough in the comic book market to really give it an educated opinion on that. I'm just saying, for me, guys, from my experiences, X-Men books are a little bit undervalued right now when you take a look at other X-Men and Fantastic Four, in my opinion. They're picking up steam. They are definitely picking up steam because there's a lot of news circulating that X-Men could be the next thing in Marvel, but that might not be for another couple years. Right now we're waiting on the news from San Diego Comic-Con to see if anything comes out of it as far as any X-Men movies or TV shows or anything like that. There's just nothing out there, and you know what, I do believe that brings the price down a little bit, and it makes it allows for a lot of room for growth, because if X-Men is announced in anything or Fantastic Four is announced in anything, it does allow a lot of room for growth for these books. Just for me, when I go to shows and I see Spider-Man books, guys, I typically have to just walk right past them because usually they're just too expensive. You're paying almost double for a book that you could have got, 2-3 years ago. Sometimes a lot more than that. If it's a big key issue, you're paying 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. To me, that there's just no deals to be found there. But for me, for X-Men books, there is a lot of deals to be found, and obviously on this channel, I've been buying a lot of X-Men. I do love X-Men, so that's part of the reason why I'm buying it. I love X-Men, especially the Bronze Age X-Men. They're my favorite, maybe my favorite comic book line ever. But I do buy them for a reason. I do think that there's deals to be found with X-Men books, and I think there's nothing wrong with buying a bunch of Bronze Age X-Men or some Silver Age X-Men and buying and holding on them. And even some of the more modern stuff like the Wolverine stuff, any like first appearance, Omega Red, anything that we haven't seen yet in movies, I think it's very good to just buy them affordable if you can find them for a deal. If somebody wants to give them away, if you can find 9.8 Omega Reds or a nice Wolverine set, it's probably worth it to buy it now, because I think the price for these things are going to go up. So this was the second vendor I went to, and the first vendor I went to, I ended up finding this Avengers 163. This is one of the other books that in hindsight I wish I didn't buy, because it is I didn't realize how kind of roughed up it was. It looked better when I was buying it, but there is like a lot of spine chipping. There's this stain right here on Beast that's on the book. Just a little bit of like yellowing and dirt on it. And there's even this fold here. I did see the fold, but all this other kind of chipping stuff and everything like that, I wasn't weary of that when I bought it. And I actually just bought a way better copy for the same price. That'll come up in another video. But then I get my big book, guys. Oh my god, I was saying recently on another video that I've been looking for this book for a while now, and here it is, X-Men 104. Super cool book. Obviously another Magneto cover, like the last one, like 112. Great Wolverine Cyclops shot, obviously, and this is homage to X-Men 1, kind of the same kind of cover going on, only you got the new X-Men here. X-Men 104, this is the first appearance. I see a lot of people I see a lot of different descriptions as to what this book is, and I think the general consensus is its first appearance of Corsair, and its first cameo appearance of the Starjammers. Anybody wants to correct me on that, feel free. I have seen some people not include that the Starjammers appear in this, or that there's a cameo appearance, but it's like Hulk 180, with the cameo of Wolverine at the end. There is an appearance of Starjammers in here. As far as the condition of the book, like you can see right here, there's a little bit of like white chip or something like that. And then this is the real big problem with the book, is this corner up here. Dolph, if you're watching, I don't know if this can come out with the press or with the clean or anything like that. Let me know what you can do with something like this. I'm not sure if anything can be done about that, but obviously if we can get that removed, then that makes this book all the better. am super satisfied with this purchase because every show I've gone to, I have not seen a copy of this book for less than, probably not less than $100 or less than $90 maybe. I think maybe there was one guy that had this book at $90, still raw. But I've seen several copies, 300 plus. I mean, in a couple videos ago, I saw this same book in a guy's box for $310. And when I flipped the price around, I mean, I had to do like a double take on it because he clearly wrote that it was a first appearance Corsair, so he knew what it was. And then it was only marked at, you know, $35. And I was kind of taken back. I was like, wow, wait a minute, hang on. What's wrong with the book? Really nothing's wrong with it other than that corner smudge up there. There's really nothing wrong with it. And it's super, super cool. I am so happy that I was able to find this. I'm so happy that I waited to buy it because obviously I wasn't going to pay $300 for it, but I could have paid $90 for it. I could have paid, you know, $125 for it. I could have bought it off eBay and paid a little bit more for it. But I waited it out, and I went to a nice big show and was able to find somebody that, you know, priced it to sell. Super, super stoked about that. Which one is the better buy, in my opinion? I do believe the 104 is better because it does have some key, it's a key issue. It does have some significance to it. I just love anything Bronze Age X-Men right now, and anything with Wolverine, anything with Magneto, you know, all these guys. I've said this before about X-Men books. This is my bread and butter. This is what I love. These are my favorites. I love Silver Age Spider-Man. That's maybe my second favorite, or maybe it is my favorite also, but I can't buy those kind of books right now because everything is kind of through the roof with Silver Age Spider-Man. So with that being said, X-Men for me has been the comic book of choice. Whenever I'm at a show or something like that, I'm always able to find X-Men books that I really like at prices that I like. And that speaks to the beginning of this video when people asked, people asked me, what is my buying strategy? What do I try to do? This is what I try to do right here. I try to find really nice books at really nice prices. And sometimes it means you only come away with a small stack of books like this. You know, it's not like every time I go to a show, I'm coming back with a huge stack of 50 books. It also doesn't mean that I'm going to pay, double what something should actually be worth just so I have a really nice copy of something. There are some really big key issues that I'm eyeing right now that I'm trying to build a cash pile for and trying to make a move on those. But that does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that I'm going to overpay for something just because I really like it. But for me, this is what it is right here. X-Men 104. So happy to finally have this book. It is the first time it's been in our collection. Dad doesn't have this in his collection. And it's great to be able to add it. And yeah, and now that I do have it, I will be looking for it more on like eBay or something. Like for me, I always like buying stuff in person. I prefer buying in person all the time because I like holding the item. I like doing the cash transaction. I like speaking to the vendor, and I like making that kind of connection. But now that I found it, now that I have one, I'll be open to look for more online. And same with anything else that I buy. I usually like to buy the first thing. Like if I do end up buying a big key issue book, which might be coming up in the next couple months, something really big, something really spectacular, it's gonna be at a show. I'm not gonna buy something off of eBay and have it like shipped to me. I want it to be like, you know, a big deal. I want it to be a big production. So if I do end up buying something big, it'll be on camera, and so everybody can see it. And yeah, so that was the amazing show. I wish Dad was there because I'm sure he would have been able to spot a lot more than me. And it was nice going on Sunday too, because I think that allowed a little bit more wiggle room for a comic like this, where, you know, I said, could you take 25% off the asking price? Maybe if it's Saturday, you know, maybe he says 35, maybe he says I got to stick with 40 right now because the show just started. So the fact that it was the last day was kind of cool. The area was great. The ice rinks that we were on, they were so cool. But the one, you could tell that we were actually standing on the ice. They had it padded it down, but it was so cold in there. Oh my God, it was crazy. But that's great for the books, I think. but super cool. I've been there before. They always do a great job. They have the space to allow a lot of vendors through. Pretty good show overall. There definitely wasn't that many toys. I was definitely trying to find toys there just to see if I can, you know, find a deal for toys at a comic book show. And there were guys with a lot of stuff, but nothing that grabbed my eye as like really cool or must have or anything like that. Just a lot of nice figures and everything. But that was it. So super stoked for this. You guys are seeing this a little bit late. I did go last week to this show. And I just have a lot of content right now that I can kind of take my time making. A lot of good stuff coming up in the future, guys. Just to give you a sneak peek as to what we did recently. See these 2 stacks of books. These are 2 separate trips. These are going to be 2 separate videos to a comic book show in Old Bridge and to a really awesome comic book store / collectible store. Not too far away from Old Bridge. I'm not sure what town we were. Maybe in Hazlitt, New Jersey. But I'll get to those videos soon. They'll be coming out this week. And that's going to do it for me on this one. Super stoked with these buys. Thank you guys for watching. If you do like this video and you like the comics and you like any of the content that I made, please consider subscribing and liking the video, as it does help me out a great deal. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for all your support. Goodbye.